What's up, guys? This is Brian Prowse. I'm actually interviewing Chris Ong, and this is actually interviewed. I decided to do. I meet a lot of interesting people talking about their supernatural experience. So this is like a podcast talking about people's supernatural experience. So here we have Chris Ong. I've been knowing him for the past good 2 to 3 years, and good friend of mine. And he actually shared me one of his stories, and I kind of wanted him to just kind of like take it over from here. So, uh, Chris, go ahead and tell a little bit about yourself and share a little bit, whatever you feel led.
What's up, guys? Well, everyone also knows me as DJ Ninja Noise. Turntablist here in Houston, Texas.
So going back, I remember last time we talked was probably about 2 to 3 days ago. Kind of replay with me about your experience. So you said you were like, you were asleep. It happened. You were just asleep, and you had this feeling where your body was numb. What happened?
I don't even know what really happened, but I do know I left my body, and my body was there on my bed, and I was staring at it.
Really?
Yeah. Do you want to?
So when you left your,
do you want to hear
okay,
the
so
story of how it happened, or do you want to?
Yeah, all the details.
You want all the details?
Yeah, all the details.
All right. You ready for this?
Ready for this. Ready. The world is ready for this because this could be on YouTube, and it's gonna be interesting. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me tell you the lead up to this. So I stopped watching porn. I stopped masturbating. I stopped having sex. I started practicing chastity. Is that how you say it? Chastity?
Yeah.
And I just decided, hey, man, I think I need to get closer to God again. So I started praying in the morning, started praying in the evening, praying before I eat, praying whenever I need to pray. And this time, I was just laying in bed, reflecting on my day. I had a date. Well, I don't know if it's a date, but I was with a pretty cute girl before that. Anyways, I got home, time to go to bed, and I'm saying my evening prayer, and I'm talking to Jesus, right? And I like to talk to Jesus like he's my homeboy. So I was like, "Yo, Jesus, let me get that let me get those gifts. Let me get those gifts of the Holy Spirit." And I was like, "I'll make a deal with you," even though you're not supposed to make deals. It's not a deal. I was just saying, "Yo, let me get those gifts, so I can use them to bring more people closer to you, or I can use them to bring myself back, because my backstory, that's a whole nother episode. I used to be really active in the Catholic Church, and then I left, and I became a U.S. Marine, went to combat, and then I pretty much straight up went to hell from that point. Anyway, this has been a 10-year process getting back to this point. I got out in 2009. It's 2019 right now. It's been a long process just getting my spirits back up. Anyways, back to the story of how I left my body. I finished up my evening prayer, and I just laid there, time to go to bed. It's 4 a.m. And then, out of nowhere, my entire body freezes up. Like that sleep paralysis stuff, but this time was different. My whole body freezes up, and my vision went black. I got that same terrifying feeling you get when you get that sleep paralysis. It feels like there's a bunch of demons in the room about to attack you. And out of nowhere, I was just like, I love Jesus, I love Jesus, I love Jesus. I started repeating that over and over. And for some reason, that terrifying feeling just went away. And I lost all feeling of my body. But I gained control of my spirit. I don't know how to explain it, but that's what it felt like. Anyways, I thought I was just out of it, and I felt like I was awake, so I decided to get up. So I got up, and for some reason I just looked towards my bed, and I checked it, and I was like, what the heck's going on? Because I saw my body. there on the ground. I mean, not on the ground, on the bed. And I was just thinking, what the heck? Am I dreaming? Am I dead? But this feels so real because everything was so vivid and everything looked exactly how it was. I looked at the floor, my meditation pad was still there. I looked at my shelf, my UE boom was still there. My laptop was still there. My wallet was still there in the same spot. So I decided to walk out my room. I tried to touch the door. My hand just slipped through the door because I couldn't touch the door. I was like, what the heck is going on? So I just walked through the door. The house is dark. I knew the house was dark. But the place was also lit up. I was like, where's this light coming from? I'm like looking around and I look at my own body. I was like, whoa, this light is coming from my body. It's lighting up the room. I'm like, yo, this is kind of freaky. But it feels so real and it looks real and it's so vivid, like I said. So I was like, all right, I need to find out what's going on. I walk into the living room. I see my cat. I have two cats, by the way. I see my cat. My cat looks at me. It's all right. My cat can see me, so like I'm in some kind of body. And I hear my other cat outside. So I'm gonna go. I will go out to the front door, check on my cat. Once again, I try to open up the front door. I can't touch the front door. So I just walk through it, and I see my cat just chilling on top of the bricks. There's like a little brick pedestal out there, and she likes to chill on it. And then after I noticed the cat, I noticed everything else. Outside, all the colors were really like saturated, like lots of color, right? Like the tree was green, like super green. The grass was green, like super green. The roads, gray, white, whatever color has some shade, super of that color. Not only that, I saw like other like light bodies flying around in the sky and just like floating around in the neighborhood. And once again, everything looks exactly as how it's supposed to look, but more vivid. So I was just thinking, man, this is kind of cool. I wonder if I can fly. So I jumped up like 20 feet in the air, and I was like on top of my house, on top of my driveway, and I looked down, and I was like, what the heck is going on here? So I'm looking around, I see all these other dudes flying around, and I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna go higher. I go up higher, I see the whole city of Houston. I go up higher, I'm going through the clouds are like rushing through my face. And next thing you know, I'm like in the stratosphere. And then above the atmosphere. And I'm thinking, yo man, I'm gonna go see God. I'm gonna go see if I can give him a high five. So I go higher and higher and higher and higher. And then I get stopped because there's like super bright light. It's like a big light, ceiling of light, super bright. And as I got closer, I got scared, man. I got scared. I was like, whoa, it's too much. It's too much. I'm gonna back up. I was like, man, that's too much. I'm going back. I'm going back to Earth. So I went straight back to where I came from, above my house. And I was like, man, I'm like lucid dreaming, or I'm outside my body, or whatever this is freaking real. Because I am conscious of this entire event. So I'm going to have some fun with this. I'm like, I'm going to go to Tokyo. Because if y'all already know, I lived in Japan for like 5 years. And I miss it. So I was like, I'm going to Tokyo. So I flew to Tokyo within a split second. It was crazy. Like I snapped my finger. And I just flew to Tokyo. But what's crazy is I saw everything that I passed on the way there. Like I saw the ocean, I saw some like ships in the sea, I saw a bunch of the clouds, of course, and then like daybreak, and then the birds and whatever. It's overwhelming to take in that much information within like a split second. Anyway, I reach above Tokyo. I see the Ferris wheel. I know I'm in Tokyo because there's a Ferris wheel there. I forgot what the port name is. But I got so excited, So I just nose dived down, but I went so fast I crashed into the water. I was like, whoa, I'm in the water, too deep, too deep. So I come back out the water. I see all these other spirits like chilling around on the water, and everyone looks like they're just having a party, man. Look like a big pool party, but they're in the ocean. People flying around. I was like, I'm going to the Ferris wheel, man. I'm going to the Ferris wheel. So I fly to the Ferris wheel. I stop there, and I'm like, I'm gonna go through this wall. But as soon as I put my hands on the wall, my hands got stuck on the wall, and I felt the wall. At the same time, I regained consciousness of my entire body laying in the bed. So I felt my body lay in the bed while my spirit body was in Tokyo. And as soon as I regained full consciousness of my body, it pulled me all the way back in another split second. And it felt like I just crashed into my bed. And I opened my eyes. I was like, man, why did I come back here? And I think the reason was because I needed to pee. So I got up and took a piss. I was like, what the heck just happened? So that's pretty much what happened. Not too much detail. Well, that was a lot of detail.
So that's really interesting. Like when you said that, when you said that you saw people or you saw spirits around, did you see like what they were wearing? What type of clothing they were wearing?
No, man, nobody's wearing clothes. I didn't even see like if they're male or female. They're just light bodies, man.
Oh, they're just like light bodies. Did you look down and
Yeah,
see? Did you look at your body, see if you had a body?
man, I didn't even think about that. I did look at my body. There's light coming from my body, but I didn't like notice if I had genitals, you know. Like I wasn't
Did you
even
look at
thinking
your
about that.
hands? Did you look at your hands or anything, or
No,
were you
no,
able?
no.
Because you said you were able to touch. You were trying to touch the wall, but
Well, I didn't see my hands until I touched the wall. I didn't see,
oh, when you
and yeah, yeah. But well,
so when
I
hmm?
guess you know, when I tried to open the door, yeah, I saw my hands. But I vividly remember my hands trying to touch the wall and going through the doors and stuff in the beginning.
so
Towards,
so
I think towards the, towards the end, not only that I needed to pee, but I feel like I got knocked out of that state because I started thinking about, oh, let me go find some girls.
so when you said when you said that, so you didn't die, you didn't nothing traumatizing happened to you. You were just lying down in bed. You weren't asleep. You were just awake,
Right,
right?
right. Yeah, I went from an awake state to this out of body state. It was crazy. It was weird.
That's interesting. That's interesting. What do you think? 'Cause I know you said that you had to live like a pure life to experience this. What do you think is the message that you want to share with like other people that are actually hearing this? You know, some people may think like, "Oh, this guy's crazy. This guy's on drugs or whatever." Like, what do you think is the message that was given to you, and wh- what do you want to share with the world? What is your message that you can take out of this?
I think my message would be you need to get rid of all your bad habits, or else you will miss all that heavenly glory. You know, like what Bruce Lee said. You will miss all
Interesting.
that
Interesting.
heavenly glory, man. Gotta get rid of all your bad habits. And I think it's the
No,
bad habits that control your life, and you will not regain control of your life again until you get rid of those bad habits. And at the
now
same,
you
hmm,
did mention the other day that you had a couple out of body experiences before, correct?
uh, I did, but in the past, I've had out of body experiences like with drugs, but now this is like straight, like pure, sober, organic, non GMO type stuff.
Right. So what would you say? What are some of the cross like reference that you can refer to like when you had it in the past? Have you seen experienced similar patterns of the out of body, or is it like a totally different world versus you doing organic and then having drugs, taking drugs, or is there a similarity?
There's similarity, but see, with the drugs, it was like fuzzy, right? But without the drugs, this was like vivid. Like even real life looked like it was a dream. Real life looks like a dream right now. I feel like I'm in a dream right now. So what is was this? Is this real life, or are we in a dream right now? Because whatever state I was in last Friday, that felt more real to me than right now.
So what about right now? Does this feel more real to you right now, at this state, than what happened last Friday? Because you're actually in the present moment here.
Well, present moment, yeah, I'm like, it feels real now, but at that time, I felt like that out of body experience was real life.
Yeah, yeah,
And then when I got back here, it was like when I need to go pee, that was more like a dream.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, crazy, right?
What do you? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So
So
I told my other friend about my story, and remember at the beginning I said I prayed for the gifts of the Holy Spirit, right?
yeah, but the gift of the Holy Spirit. Yeah,
So I told my friend Jan Orda of the Zenpan Dojo, right?
right.
He's like, yo man, you asked for the gifts of the Holy Spirit. God gave it to you all in one night. I was like, what? No way. He was like, and then he was like, yeah, you had terror and you turned that into the gift of courage, and then you tried to high five God, and then you saw the light. You got scared, so you got the gift of fear and awe of God, and then and then you saw the spirit world. Now you got the gift of wisdom and knowledge. And I was like, what? I was like, you're right, man.
That's powerful. It's powerful.
And then he went on to name like different examples. He like picked out little details of the story and he matched it to each gift of the Holy Spirit. And I was like, yo, man, this is the truth. And I've been avoiding stuff for years, man. I left the Catholic Church back in like 2004, and then just like yesterday, Sunday, I went back to mass, and that's when I decided I was like, I'm coming back to the church, the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church is the universal church. And it's still not about the religion, man. It's it's all about the relationship with the Creator. I mean, you don't have to be Catholic to do what I'm doing. You probably have your own way, but being Catholic just what works for me. You know, and that's just what I got to share, man.
Wow, wow. So what do you think
And
is everybody's? Go ahead.
oh no, and that like it's been crazy, man. Crazy transformation. Now it feels like I got this like unlimited energy. Like I got the Holy Spirit with me all the time. Everything's going well. This nice, this woman that comes into my life. She's like, and she's like, man, she's awesome. I don't even know how to explain. It's like she was sent here for me.
Wow, it's awesome.
I'm not gonna share this interview with her right now. I'll probably freak her out, but maybe like a few years later.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I know you said you. I know in a sense. You
Mm.
said in the past that you actually struggled with depression.
Oh yeah,
Do
man.
you think
Depression, anxiety, PTSD,
do you think this experience like completely got rid of it, or what do you think?
bro. I think it just dumped everything out over the weekend. I feel like I've been healed. But we'll see, man. I'm, like this is like just the beginning, right? Like back into it. I could just be on fire, excited right now. But, we'll see. We'll see later in the week. We'll see how I feel. We'll see next month. We'll see in 6 months. Probably have to follow up with me later.
Yeah,
Because right
yeah.
now I'm just on fire. How long can I keep this fire going? I don't know. But I do know because I made a commitment yesterday.
What was your what was your commitment? It was like your promise to God, kind of thing?
Yeah, I told him I was like, hey, give me the gifts of the Holy Spirit, and I'm gonna use it to bring people closer to God. So I realized, these past 10 years, man, I've been working on like material things, working on getting rich, working on getting money. And I realized, we come into this world with nothing. And then we're going to leave this world with nothing. So what's the point of going for all that material stuff if there's no definite purpose behind it? So I realized I got to use all my talents to bring people closer to God. And I know now that, God is real. And I've been questioning that for 20 years. Turning 33 this year, man. They call it the Jesus age, right? So I guess this is my resurrection this year.
So it took last Friday for it to finally click in that God is real.
Yeah. Clicked in on Friday, nailed the hammer on the head on Sunday. So I decided, well, because I still like to party, so I went out drinking on Saturday. Catholics, we party. You heard the Catholic Gentleman. There's a blog out there you could read about Catholic, the lost art of Catholic drinking.
Yeah.
I went drinking on Saturday. I was just like, hey man, I'm gonna go to church no matter what tomorrow, so I can just see what happened. And when the priest was talking during the homily, I was like, whoa, dude. Completely confirmed everything that I was reflecting on throughout the whole week. Because I did go to another church on the last Thursday. It's one of those churches that teaches the prosperity gospel.
Right.
And they're always like, yeah, what do you believe? They're always like, yeah, what do you believe God for? You believe God for riches? Do you believe God for wealth? Do you believe God for a good relationship? And I can't. Every time I hear that, man, I question it, man. I'm like really skeptical. And the minister, her name, I probably shouldn't say her name, but she got those sanpaku eyes. She had those sanpaku eyes. You ever heard of sanpaku eyes? So in Japan, they have like a way to tell which people are psychotic or which people are sociopaths, and it's called sanpaku eyes. It literally means three whites. You'll see the white part on the left, the white part on the right, and then the third part, you'll see the white part on the top or the white part on the bottom. So when you see like three white parts, the ones on the top, they're most likely a psychotic serial killer. And then if you see the white part at the bottom, they're another type of psychotic person, like ready to unleash, And good examples of people who have sanpaku eyes are like Saddam Hussein, Ted Bundy, O.J. Simpson, and other sociopaths and psychopathic killers, serial killers, stuff like that. They have those sanpaku eyes. And then Thursday, when I was just at that ministry at that church, that I saw that woman had the sanpaku eyes, and she was preaching the prosperity gospel. It was like, and she was telling, ask God for wealth, ask God for money. And I'm just like, man, I'm kind of cringing, because I believe you should ask God for the Holy Spirit, because it's the Holy Spirit that gives you the power to achieve all those things. You know what I'm saying? And then I matched her sanpaku eyes to the sanpaku eye chart, and the way her eyes look, it's those eyes that are keeping deep secrets. You must stay away. Don't walk away. Run away. And then when I went to church on Sunday, the priest like totally confirmed everything that I was thinking about that. And whatever, this is all religion stuff.
So last time we spoke, you really strongly feel like your purpose here on this earth is.
It already started happening, man. It already started happening. Like yesterday, right? Yesterday.
What do you think?
I met up with some of my friends.
What do you think?
And they were like, yo, Chris, man, there's something different about you. I haven't seen you in a month, but you've changed, man. They're like, you're happier. Your skin is brighter. All these things are just like working out for you. Like, what's going on? And they asked me like, what did you do? I was like, I started praying again. And they're atheists, and they're like, what? Started praying again? I was like, yeah, I started praying again. And then, and they didn't talk bad about it, because, they're atheists usually, there's no God, blah, blah, blah. Like, I told them, start praying again. They're like, wow, that's really interesting. And then they told me about how they've been watching me these past few. They're like, yeah, man, you've been doing like meditation, exercise, all these therapy, all these types of like things, but it wasn't working out for you. But now you're saying you're praying again, and I'm seeing the result, and they say they're seeing the results from it.